Okay, train reading from 1911 Boy Scouts of America Handbook for Boys. It's gonna go right quick here. I'm on page 347, and I'm gonna read about property, which is pretty cool. Property. The ownership of property, both real and personal, and the protection of that ownership is made possible in the organization of society, termed the government, and in the power of that government to make and enforce its laws. Real property is the kind of property which pertains to land, the ownership of which is transferred from one person to another, either by a deed recorded in the office of the Register of Deeds in the county courthouse, or else transferred by descent or by will through the administration of the county court, usually called the probate court. This latter proceeding is in the case of the owner's death, when his property is divided by the court and distributed to the heirs, the family, or other relatives according to his will. Or, in case no will is left, the law provides for the manner of its distribution. The record title, therefore, of all real property is to be found, all real property, which is land, is to be found in the office of the Register of Deeds in the county courthouse. It makes no difference what kind of real property it is, acre property or city property. Here, the title of ownership is always to be found, the books of record being always open to the public. Thus, when one buys a piece of real property, a home for instance, he should receive from the owner a deed and an abstract of title, which is a paper showing the title as it appears on the records. And this title, when not vouched for as perfect by an abstract title company, should be passed upon by a lawyer in order that any flaw or defect therein may be made right before the deed is passed from one owner to another. In some states, however, the law does not require the owner to furnish an abstract. When the title is proved or pronounced good, the deed should at once be placed on record. Personal property, which is different than real property. Personal property is that form of property which in general terms is stated as movable, such as animals, furniture, clothing, tools, implements, money, stocks, bonds, mortgages, etc., the transfer of which from one owner to another is not, as a rule, a matter of public record. Although in the case of a bill of sale, sometimes made of some forms of personal property, the county record may give evidence thereof. When the county record gives evidence thereof, therefore it is that in the matter of taxation, that is the tax record, or assessment, comes under two general heads: a tax on real property and a tax on personal property. Property and government. It is desirable to be a property owner so long as the government under which one lives protects one in his property ownership. The government must do two things. It must protect the person and his personal rights as a citizen, and it must also protect property and the rights of property ownership from enemies within as from without. In order that this may be done, and done in all fairness and justice, we elect some citizens to make laws and term them legislators. We elect others to enforce or administer the laws, term them executives. The president, the governor, the mayor, coming under that head. We elect other citizens to enforce and interpret the laws. We term them judges and officers of the court. In fact, it is a principle in our government that no man or set of men shall have authority in all departments of government, legislative, executive, and judicial. You will see that the Constitution of the United States is divided into these three departments of government, and the state constitutions and city charters are, as a rule, likewise divided. You will understand that any property you may obtain will be valuable to you only in proportion as you are protected in your right of ownership by the government, and that the government not only protects your property, it also protects your life and its interest, as well as the life and interest of all other citizens. Not just residents, citizens. The building and maintenance, goose. I love this. And every good citizen should lend his hand to help in every way possible. Should not pay. Should lend. There's a good thing there. Anyway. So, 1911, Boy Scouts. They got some good words right there. Cherish his new love. Be well. Yeah, I'm still on a train. Yep.